and my buddy David Walsh will recognize that first line in the third verse. I'm in my second circle.
YouTubers didn't get to hear it
Yep.
because I
Anyway,
just
YouTube is just now getting fired up because we had a tech problem with YouTube, but Facebook is underway. Thank you guys for being with us. I have a few requests, including this one for my sister Glenna. She's unwell right now at the house over here nearby. She asked for that old love song that I've done many's the time here on the program. Also, always do this one for Pat and Vern Jordan because Verna Jordan and I used to sing this one all the time down at the old Dunleavy's pub gigs. This is a song called the Roseville Fair. I hope my sister Glenna is feeling better soon. Cheers, cheers. One of the popular recordings of this was Nancy Griffiths, written by Bill Staines. The night was clear, stars were shining, moon came out, so quiet in the sky. Crowd gathered round while the band was tuning. I can hear them now, playing Coming Through the Ride. You were dressed in blue, and you looked so lovely, just a gentle flower, small town girl. Then you took my hand, and we stepped to the music with a single smile. You became my world, and we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo. Their drifting tunes seemed to fill the air. So long ago, but I still remember when we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. Courted well, recorded lovely. We rocked for hours on the front porch chair. Then a year ago, the day I met you, I made you mine down at the Roseville Fair. And we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo, and their drifting tunes seemed to fill the air. So long ago, but I still remember when we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. So here's a song for all you lovers. Here's a tune I know we all can share. May you dance all night to the fiddle and the banjo, just the way we did down at the Roseville Fair. And we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo, their drifting tunes seemed to fill the air. So long ago, but I still remember when we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. When we fell in love, darling, at the Roseville Fair. Roseville Fair, what a great song.
Jerry from Ireland is listening.
Jerry Kane in Ireland, Belfast is listening. She loves a good old country song every now and then. Something real good in country. Something real good in country. Let's see if we can come up with something good in country. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I don't remember who it was, they requested some, it was Dave Davis. Mark Davis is fixing to have a birthday up in Delaware, and he had requested some Eddie Arnold, the Tennessee Plowboy. I think I played a couple last week, but that's some good country music now for Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. We are coming to the north, and we might be coming in 25. It is my goal to come to Northern Ireland again on one of our next tours over. We're going to be there this year in June and this year in September, and we are going to the Giants Causeway in September, but I'm not sure how long we'll be in the north. We'll be staying in Derry, which of course is in the north, but we won't be over your way until around Belfast, I don't think. But that's a private tour in September. Not sure exactly how it's going to wash out. Let's see. Just a little loving will go a long way. You will make me happy for the rest of my days. Put your arms around me and I'll be your slave. Just a little loving will go a long way. Ever since time began, love has ruled the world. Even Adam set the pace, started it a whirl. Then I met you, and now I see you're the one for me. Come on back, and you will plainly see. Just a little loving will go a long way. You will make me happy for the rest of my days. Put your arms around me and I'll be your slave. Just a little loving go a long way. I don't believe you really know how much I love you. If you did, you'd come on back, make my dreams come true. Your eyes, your lips, your loving kisses seem to linger yet. I'll forgive, please don't you forget. Just a little loving will go a long way. You will make me happy for the rest of my days. Put your arms around me and I'll be your slave. Just a little loving will go a long way. Just a little loving will go a long way. Eddie Arnold, that's good old country music right there. My yodel's not working. Hey, my yodel's not working.
The duct tape on your microphone matches your stool.
My wife says the duct tape on the microphone is matching. Don't get me going. Don't get me going. You know, I had to retape my stool that I take on the gigs. I had to tape it again. It started coming apart again.
Because I can see it on YouTube, but I can't see it on
I got you.
Facebook.
My wife's making fun of me again. That's her dang job right there. That's her dang job. She's getting punchy. She's been home alone too much, and I've been gone too much. That's what it is. I'll tell you what. At my age, it's the only my yodel ain't the only thing working good, but especially after the last 18 days, I can't tell you the number of gigs that I did. Sometimes doubles, and I got problems with my hands. I've got a stone bruise on that finger right there. And that finger right there comes up frequently. Anyway, and my voice is about ratted out. I've had 19 gigs in 18 days, and it's just been crazy. So I will cut it short tonight. I did promise myself I would, and promise my wife I would, because I'm gonna see if she can make me some dang ice cream here tonight. I don't know. She might not.
I am.
She's kind of testy over there today, you know. She's having trouble with the YouTube. Let's see. What do you say, friends? Cheers, cheers. Let's do a little Molly Malone for Lee Campbell and Phyllis. Cheers. St. Patrick's season here. Needless to say, played this song many the time in the last 18 days. And song out of Dublin City. Lee Campbell requested that Phyllis wanted to hear that, and he wanted to hear some Waylon Jennings. Let's see what we can do. In Dublin's fair city, the girls are so pretty. First laid my eyes on sweet Molly Malone. She wheeled a wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh. Cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh. Cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger, sure 'twas no wonder, for her father and mother were fishmongers too. And they wheeled a wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh. Cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh. Cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Well, she died of the fever, no one could save her. So was the end of sweet Molly Malone. Now her ghost wheels the barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh. Cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh. Cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Molly Malone, song out of Dublin City. We will be in Dublin in June. Today was kind of the last day to sign up for the group rates. And you will notice tonight I don't have the big poster behind me because we do basically quit trying to sell the group rates 3 months out. We are required to pay for the hotels and the airlines 3 months out, and it's exactly 3 months from the day we fly today. March 18 is 3 months to June 18, and we're wrapping up the group rates on that tour. You can still sign on, but as you said, you can still sign on later, but you'd be subject to whatever price the airline wanted to give you or the hotels wanted to give you. More Eddie Arnold. I just did an Eddie Arnold song. I hope you heard that, Mark. But
He didn't even have your note yet. I mean,
huh?
He did that and didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and I'll do another Eddie Arnold. But I had him from last week, and I think I did some Eddie Arnold last week. I think I did.
Yeah, just do
Well,
one.
make that week before last because we didn't do it last week. Remember?
Just do one that says it's for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is for my buddy Dave Davis, and I'll do another Eddie Arnold song. 2 weeks ago, I did an Eddie Arnold song for him, and I knew his birthday is coming up at the end of the month. And it's a big one. Happy birthday, young fella. And Eddie Arnold. Makes the world go away. Get it off my shoulders. Say the things you used to say and make the world go away. Makes the world go away. Get it off my shoulders. Say the things you used to say and makes the world go away. Remember when you loved me before the world took me astray. If you do, then please forgive me and make the world go away. Makes the world go away. Get it off my shoulders. Say the things you used to say and make the world go away. I'm sorry if I hurt you. I'll make it up day by day. Just say you love me like you used to and make the world go away. Makes the world go away. Get it off my shoulders. Say the things you used to say and makes the world go away. Makes the world go away. And get it off my shoulders. Say the things you used to say and make the world go away. Say the things you used to say and make the world go away. Makes the world go away. I never play it in that key, and then I didn't remember the modulation until it came. See, I'm trying to do every song that I don't have to use that finger. That finger right there. That's a pretty important finger for a lot of the chords that I would be doing. I'm faking it. I'm faking it. I'm trying to make a D without it. There it is. Anyway. What else was I going to do? Let's do a little Waylon song for my buddy Lee Campbell. Let's try it a little different key. Trying to stay away from that bad finger. I got a blood blister on that finger. I got a stone bruise on that finger. What could go wrong? A long time forgotten, the dreams fell by the way. Good life he promised ain't what she's living today. But she never complains about the bad times or the bad things he's done, Lord. She just talks about the good times they've had and all the good times to come. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-time man. She loves him in spite of his wicked ways she don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter, they'll pass through this world hand in hand. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. He likes a nightlife, bright lights, and good-time friends. When the party's all over, she'll welcome him back home again. Lord knows she don't understand him. Lord knows she don't understand him. But she just does the best that she can. Don't get her started. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She loves me in spite of my Mickey Mouse ways she don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter, we'll pass through this world hand in hand. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. There it is. My buddy David Walsh wants to hear the title song from the new CD. I haven't been doing it much yet, David. I should pick it up more often, do it more often. Let's see if I remember all the words. And the song book with all the original songs is in the truck downstairs, so I can't even ask Jerry to look it up. Let's see what happens. The reason it's in the truck is because we have a songwriter event tomorrow night in Columbia, South Carolina, at the British Bulldog, and I'll only do a few songs, but I'll see if these other friends of ours can all do a few of their original songs. We do it once a month. It's always the third Tuesday. It's the third Tuesday every month at the British Bulldog, Columbia, South Carolina. This is the title song from the new CD. We'd like to thank my buddy Greg Nutt for taking the beautiful cover photos. Thank my wife for doing the graphic design and putting it all together. Thank my buddy Jay Miley in Charleston, co-producer. And my buddy Daniel Kraft. He and I co-wrote a lot of the songs. I'm going to have a CD release event in Charleston on Thursday, April 18. And we will probably have a songwriter event in Columbia, but I'm not sure yet what the date is. But as soon as I can see my buddy David Walsh, I'm going to put a copy of it in his hand, even though I gave him an advance copy. I don't think he's seen the photos and all that, Jerry. Let's see. The name of the album is Already Home. Cheers, cheers. You know, when I was a boy, circling this 40-acre field in front of my house on a John Deere tractor, I would go round and round, and I always wondered, you know, what was on the other side of Blaney School and Blaney, South Carolina, and Highway Church. What was beyond those pine trees there, you know? Pine trees. I knew Fort Jackson was over there. I knew Columbia was that way, but we didn't ever go to Columbia. But I always said, I can't wait to go spread my wings and get out there and see what's beyond those pine trees. And now that I'm up in years and I've been around some places and all of that, I now can't wait to come home. Isn't that the way it works? And the title song for the new album, I wrote when I was in a faraway place and had just finished a 7-night run. And I was loading the truck in the morning to go back home, and I heard the church bell chiming in the old city. And by the time I was a few miles down the road, I'd finished writing this song called Already Home. Let's see if I remember the words. Clock tower in the old town was sounding 7 bells when I finally got my old truck on the road. An earworm was repeating in my weary brain, traveling hard, carrying a load. 13 hours staring through a bug-stained windshield on a crowded highway all alone. Just like yesterday and just like the day before, but sometime late tomorrow I'll be home. Home, already home. Seems like a month of Sundays I've been gone. Crossing the Mississippi, rolling down through Tennessee, but in my heart I'm already home. Looking over my shoulder, it's mighty hard to see how I survived these miles and years away. But the prayers of my good mother and the wife I love so much are the only reason I'm alive today. Home, already home. Seems like a month of Sundays I've been gone. Crossing the Mississippi, rolling down through Tennessee, but in my heart I'm already home. Dry shave in the mirror beneath the truck stop moon, clean shirt and Walmart roses Honey, I'll be home soon. Well, God willing, one day I can lay my hammer down, unpack this old suitcase one last time. I'll work the sandy soil my father gave to me. This old highway won't even cross my mind. Home, already home. Seems like a month of Sundays I've been gone. Crossing the Mississippi, rolling down through Tennessee. But in my heart I'm already home. Home, already home. Seems like a month of Sundays I've been gone. Crossing the Mississippi, rolling down through Tennessee. But in my heart I'm already home. In my heart I'm already home. I almost remembered it. That's getting pretty close.
Now, for a song that you wrote yourself.
For a song I wrote myself, I should learn it, shouldn't I? I wrote it years ago, though. I don't remember. It had 5 or 6 years ago. It had to be. Well, it's more than 5 years ago because I remember the bar I was playing, and it's been gone now for 4 or 5 years. Already home. Cheers, friends. If you catch me at some gig and you remind me of this, I'll hand you a copy of this CD. It's okay. My mother listens to it. By the way, David, my mother and my daughter say the best song on there on the album is the one you and I wrote called "Gimme Fried Chicken," and I'm not going to play it tonight because I don't have it in front of me. But "Gimme Fried Chicken" is. I think it's going to turn out to be the most requested song from the album. Cheers, cheers.
Terry's on and is ready for Coastal Carolina.
Oh, good. Our buddy Terry, who he was at my gig in St. Augustine on Sunday. It was Sunday, a week ago Sunday. She likes the Coastal Carolina, which is the title song of one of my other CDs. I'll do it for you, Terry. And thank you for getting in touch. Let me tune this old boy up a little bit here. It's always a G string, isn't it? It's always a G string, getting a little loose. Get a little bit loose. This is a song called the Coastal Carolina, title song for one of my CDs, written by my friend Ed Honeycutt down in Charleston, South Carolina. He was at the time living and working in Nashville. He had an artist deal up there and also a songwriting deal. And he was trying to figure out what song he was going to write next because he had a $200 draw or something every week or every month where you make a minimal amount and write songs and turn them in to the publishing company. Well, he couldn't figure out what his next song was going to be. And it was January, and it was cold, and it was dreary, and it was raining, and it was miserable in Nashville, and he was thinking about home on the coast of Carolina and the sunshine and the warm air, and he called his brother in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, and he said, "What you doing?" He said, 75 degrees, I'm going to play golf. And it made Ed so homesick. He sat down and wrote this song, and it wasn't long till he'd cut his ties up there and came back to Carolina. The name of the song is The Coast of Carolina. Written by my friend Ed Honeycutt. Beneath the sky of gray, I remember brighter days. How I missed the warm sunshine, like a trawler in the twilight, hitting in at high tide. Sailing home is foremost on my mind. I'm going back to the coast of Carolina, where the sea meets tall pines on sandy islands. Rustling palm leaves sing while moonlight dances on the breeze. I'll ease my mind on the coast of Carolina. Sand dunes shifting with the wind, like the drifting way I've been. I was blown too far from your shore. I missed the smell of roasting oysters and hearing sweet Geechee voices call to me like my mother ocean's roar. I'm going back to the coast of Carolina, where the sea meets tall pines on sandy islands. Rustling palm leaves sing while moonlight dances on the breeze. I'll ease my mind on the coast of Carolina. I've been across the mountains, I've sown a restless seed. In all my years of traveling, I have found the place for me. It's these islands by the sea. I'm going back to the coast of Carolina, where the sea meets tall pines on Folly Island. Rustling palm leaves sing while moonlight dances on the breeze. I'll ease my mind on the coast of Carolina. Oh, I'll be just fine on the coast of Carolina. Coast of Carolina, written by my friend Ed Honeycutt. Great songwriter. He's written songs for Reba McEntire. He wrote a song for Willie Nelson. Written songs for Brooks and Dunn. Written songs by all these other groups, different ones. And a great songwriter. And but he got homesick, and as many of us did eventually, just left Nashville. I was up there for several years. Left Nashville, came on back to the home 20. Back to the home 20. People don't even know what the home 20 is now, do they, Mom? Everybody okay out there, guys? How we doing?
Doing pretty good. Trying to decide who wants to hear Fields of Athenry.
I'll do the Fields of Athenry. I'd be glad to do it. I'll do it right now. How about that?
Okay.
Several requests for the Fields of Athenry. Very familiar song in the Irish pubs.
Greg Knott.
Greg Knott? Good man. Our buddy Greg took the photos for our current album and did such a wonderful job. And Greg, we're going to put you some disc in the mail tomorrow. My wife has said you got to sit down and sign those CDs, do this, do that, and we also have to get it uploaded onto CD Baby and out to digital formats for downloading and sharing and all of that business. But I have to sit down in one place. They make us fill in the blanks a little, and but I've been on the road all this time for 3 weeks, so we'll do some of that tomorrow. This is a very familiar song in the Irish pubs, written by a man named Pete St. John. We lost him 2 years ago on St. Patrick's Week. The week of St. Patrick's Day, we lost Pete St. John. I was in Atlanta and saw loading in for a gig and saw on my Facebook that we had just lost Pete St. John. Great songwriter. He wrote a song called The Ferryman. He wrote a song called Dublin in the Rare Old Times. And perhaps his most famous song is called The Fields of Athenry. Athenry is a small town in the west of Ireland, not far from Galway. We've been there on our trips over. The song remembers that time that's known as the Great Hunger in Ireland, the 1840s and 50s. By a lonely prison wall, heard a young girl calling, Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay, and oh, lie fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's lonely round the fields of Athenry. by a lonely prison wall. I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, Harry Bell, they ran me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. And lo, lie, the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely harbor wall, she watched the last star falling. Prison ship sailed out against the sky, while she lives in hopes and prays for her love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. And oh, lie, fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's lonely round the fields of Athenry. Lonely round the fields of Athenry. Fields of Athenry. If you were caught stealing a few ears of corn, they couldn't wait to deport you at the time. They took any and every opportunity, even if you'd done nothing wrong or had been falsely accused, you would be deported. And after a while, they had deported so many men to Australia, they needed women to increase the population of what was actually servants, indentured servants, so it's almost servitude, almost slavery. And so they deported hundreds and hundreds of women so they could all have kids and have more workers in Australia. What could go wrong? Don't get me wrong, things like that happen. Thank goodness it's a lot better today. Rhonda, Brookshire, having their 47th wedding anniversary tomorrow, Cherry.
Oh.
The Brookshires having their... Let's see if I can do this song for you. They said, do us a nice love song. And I love you so. People ask me how I've lived till now. I tell them I don't know. I guess they understand how lonely life had been. But life began again the day you took my hand. And yes, I know how lonely life can be. The shadows followed me, and the night won't set me free. Oh, but I never let the evening get me down. Now that you're around me, and you love me too, your thoughts are just for me. You set my spirit free. I'm happy that you do. and the book of life is brief. Once a page is read, all but love is dead. This is my belief. And yes, I know how lonely life can be. The shadows followed me. The night wouldn't set me free. Oh, but I don't let the evening get me down. Now that you're around me, and I love you so, and I love you so. What a nice song. A lot of people did that song, of course. Frank Sinatra did it, Perry Como did it, but who wrote it? Anybody know? Anybody out there know who wrote that song? Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Good old boys. Anyway, Don McLean wrote that song. How about that? We'll pick up the pace a little bit with this one. What do you say? I've done this song often here on the program. We're not going to go late tonight either, guys. I am beat up from 18 days on the road and too many miles and too many gigs in my hands and my back and da-da-da. And my good wife said, cut it short tonight. Ice cream in your future. So that's what we'll do. Cheers. Just to pick it up a little bit, we'll do this song from Tommy Makem, the Clancy Brothers. There's a piercing winter breeze blowing through the budding trees. Button up my coat to keep me warm, for the days are on the mend and I'm on the road again. Fiddle snuggle close beneath my arm. Fine felt hat, strong pair of brogues, rosin in my pocket for my bow. My fiddle strings are new, learned a tune or two. I'm well prepared to ramble and to slow. I'm as happy as a king when I catch a breath of spring. The leaves are turning green as winter ends, for the geese are on the wing and the thrushes start to sing, and I'm headed down the road to see my friends. I've a fine felt hat, a strong pair of brogues, rosin in my pocket for my bow. My fiddle strings are new, learned a tune or two. I'm well prepared to ramble and to slow. I have friends in every town as I ramble up and down, making music at the markets and the fairs. Through the donkeys and the creels, and the farmers making deals, and the yellow-headed tinker selling wares. I have a fine felt hat, strong pair of brogues, rosin in my pocket for my bow. My fiddle strings are new, learned a tune or two. I'm well prepared to ramble and to slow. Oh, there's that finger. Here's a health to one and all, to the big and to the small, rich and poor alike, and foe and friend. And when I come home again, my foes are turned to friends. May peace and joy go with you until then. I've a fine felt hat, strong pair of brogues, rosin in my pocket for my bow. My fiddle strings are new, learned a tune or two. I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. I've a fine felt hat, strong pair of brogues, rosin in my pocket for my bow. My fiddle strings are new, learned a tune or two. I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. Sammy Lassiter, Sammy and Tammy, Millennium, North Carolina.
Steve and Joey are.
Good, Steve and Joy are on. Good, 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 good. I'll do a song for you too. I have often done this song for Sammy, my buddy, who was my roommate in college years and years ago. But I had another request for it a ways back, and I found it here on this music stand. And I don't remember how long ago it was, but I'm going to do it now just in case. You know how you try to catch up and do them all. Thanks, guys, for being with us. Thank you for tuning in. By the way, I said something about the what's missing here on the scene tonight is I don't have the flyer for me, the big 5-foot poster behind me for the Ireland tour. And I may have said something, but let me clarify. We are wrapping up the group rates for the tour today. And probably you could sign on tomorrow if you really wanted to. But 3 months out, we have to confirm all the hotels and the flights. So that's what we've been doing. And if you can't go with us this June, and if you can't sign on tomorrow, you can still sign on later, but the price will be different and higher. But we are going to go next year, probably in the fall of the year, is my thought. Still putting that one together. I have a group from down in Florida, 9 to 10 people, and four other people have been talking to me about going next year. So we'll see how she works out. I want to go to Dingle Town and the Dingle Peninsula, but I also want to go to the very northeast. I want to go back to Northern Ireland. I want to go back to Belfast and to the Antrim coast and up to that part of the world, and we might even scoot over to England, some of us, to see some things in and around London or in and around Liverpool. So I'm still planning that trip, even though it's more and more expensive no matter how you look at it these days than it ever was before. Verna Jordan. Verna Jordan. Yesterday, a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar, was fearful when the sky filled up with thunder, and was tearful at the falling of a star. Seasons they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down. We're caught on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, must appease him, and promises of someday fill their dreams. The seasons they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down. We're caught on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. 16 springs, 16 summers, gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels and to town. And they say now, take your time, it won't be long now till you drag your feet to slow the circle down. And the seasons, they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down, and we're lost in a carousel of time. Can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. So the years spin by and now the child is 20. His dreams have lost some grandeur coming through, but there'll be new dreams and maybe better dreams and plenty before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down. We're lost on a carousel of time. We can't go back, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round, round and round and round, round and round and round in the circle game. Verna Jordan sung that song many's the time. Boy, what a great song. Yes, that's right. Joni Mitchell wrote it. What a great talent. And, of course, she was a big star at the Grammys not so long ago. Any other song requests, guys? I'm closing this thing out in a couple of minutes. Please let me know if you have something special. Check out over there, Mom. Anything? Let me check my list here. I got one song called The Reason I Left Mullingar. I'm going to do that one. And one gospel song, and we'll make our way out of here, unless you have something else, Jerry. Be thinking about it. Cheers, friends. Cheers.
How about Immigrant Eyes for Susie Weaver?
Okay. We'll do Immigrant Eyes. Let's do it. Cheers. Cheers. For Susie Weaver. I'll do this one first, because it picks it up a little bit. Song written by a guy named Pat Cooksey. The name of the song is The Reason I Left Mullingar. I walked through the city a stranger in a land I could never call home. I cursed the sad notion that caused me in search of my fortune to roam. I'm weary of working and drinking. I'm weary of working and drinking. My week's wages left at the bar. And Lord, it's a shame to use a friend's name to beg for the price of a jar. I remember the bright April morning I left home to travel afar. But to work till you're dead for one room and a bed is not the reason I left Mullingar. London is a city of heartbreak. Friday there's friends by the score. When the pay is finished on a Monday, a friend's not a friend anymore. And the working day seems never ending. From the shovel and pick, there's no break. And when you're not working, you're spending the fortune you left home to make. I remember the bright April morning I left home to travel afar. But to work till you're dead for one room and a bed is not the reason I left Mullingar. For every man here that finds fortune comes home to tell the tale. Each morning the Broadway is crowded with the many, the thousands who fail. So young men of Ireland, take warning. In London you never will find the gold at the end of the rainbow. You might just have left it behind. I remember the bright April morning I left home to travel afar. But to work till you're dead for one room and a bed is not the reason I left Mullingar. Work till you're dead for one room and a bed is not the reason I left Mullingar. Reason I left Mullingar, great song, Pat Cooksey. And this is a song called The Immigrant Song. We call it The Immigrant Song. Was that what you said, Sharon?
The Immigrant Eyes.
Immigrant Eyes. See the two different songs. This is a song called My Grandfather's Immigrant Eyes, and it was written by a Texas songwriter, Guy Clark, whose grandfather was an immigrant. I learned it from a famous balladeer out of Dublin City named Danny Doyle. We did shows with him, especially in Savannah, Kevin Barry's Irish Pub, and holy cow, we sure missed that place, and we miss that kind of thing that happens so little these days in Irish pubs, where you have a music venue that's designed for the music and not just a sports bar or a Yahoo bar, you know. So anyway, don't get me started. I'm getting old and grumpy. My wife gave me a shirt that said I'm old and grumpy.
You just won't wear it. You're too grumpy to wear it.
My wife says, I bought you the dang shirt and you're too grumpy to wear it. I can't say that's not true. Let's see. My Grandfather's Immigrant Eyes, as I said, written by a Texas songwriter, Guy Clark. Old Ellis Island was swarming like a scene from a costume ball, dressed out in the colors of Europe and on fire with the hope of it all. There stood my father's own father, with the hungry and tired and scared, turn of the century pilgrims, bound by the dream that they shared. They were standing in lines like cattle, poked, prodded, and shoved. Some are one desk away from sweet freedom, some torn from someone they love. Through the sprawling Tower of Babel came a young man, confused and alone, determined and bound for America, carrying everything that he owned. Sometimes when I look in my grandfather's immigrant eyes, I see that day reflected, and I can't put my feelings inside. I see starting with nothing, working hard all of his life. So don't take it for granted, say grandfather's immigrant eyes. Now Now he sits and stares out the window, but his eyes are still just as clear as the day he sailed through the harbor and came ashore on the island of tears. My grandfather's days are numbered, but it won't let his memory die, for he gave us the gift of this country and the look in his immigrant eyes. Sometimes when I look in my grandfather's immigrant eyes, I see that day reflected, and I can't hold my feelings inside. I see starting with nothing, working hard all of his life. So don't take it for granted, say grandfather's immigrant eyes. Starting with nothing, working hard all of his life. So don't take it for granted, say grandfather's immigrant eyes. This is a nation of immigrants. We are a nation of immigrants. And when we look at the news, which I try not to, we see people in other parts of the world that are so much less blessed than we are. We should remember to be grateful. Remember what our ancestors did to sacrifice, to provide for the wonderfully blessed life and culture that we enjoy here in parts of this country. Let us not forget. Let me pick up the pace and get out of here too. Cherry has handed me another thing here. This is one of my most often requested songs. I played it last Friday night in Anderson, South Carolina, for my friend Jane List. She's probably tuned in, is she, yes, Cherry? She is. My buddy Jane List was there that night with a whole crew of people. Thanks, Jane. Cheers. We had a grand time on Thursday in Greenville, South Carolina, on Friday in Anderson, South Carolina, Saturday in the small room there at the Bulldog in Columbia, South Carolina. Then, of course, we did Tommy Condon's from 10 to 1 on Patty Day, and then I had a show at the Music Farm at 3:30 with our band, and the band did a great job. Mike Murray on the keyboards, Catherine Kinder on the whistle, and Jay Miley on the guitars and the mandolins. Just a wonderful program, and those guys did such a great job. I was worried because we never play together as a group to do the Irish tunes. And so I was just delighted that it came off so well. And then I was so glad to be home when Patty Day was over and the long weeks, 2 weeks I've had. I do this song often on this program. It was written by my friend Rick Doherty. We're going back to Ireland with the Folk Legacy Trio, We Think We Are, either in 25 or 26, and they haven't decided yet. It's up to them. I don't mind. But Rick Doherty is his name. When I met him, he was a tenor singer in the Limelighters. He, not long after that, became the tenor singer in the Kingston Trio. And then later, they formed their own trio when the Kingston Trio was rehashed. It is now the Folk Legacy Trio with Jerry Siggins and, of course, George Grove and Rick Doherty. And if you get a chance to see this wonderful group, the Folk Legacy Trio, they are tremendous. And we went to Ireland together a year or so ago. But Rick wrote a song about a man who works out on the ocean, and at night he comes in the harbor, and he sings on his boat. And the lady comes to the window. She can hear the sound of his singing. It's now I'm beginning, so gather and listen to the story I'm spinning around. Of the man from the water, the fisherman's daughter, love they two never found. And the lure of his singing would arise and be ringing as clear as the ocean's blue stare. She'd come to the window, listen to the wind blow, and over the waves she could hear. Away, lady, I love thee below. Don't let me be lonely away. Lady, if only you know me too. Away, lady, I love thee below. Don't let me be lonely away. Lady, I love thee, I do. He wanted so much her and afraid he'd to touch her, and she too afraid to come near. They'd stare at each other as though they were lovers, though never a word did they dare. And at night in his boat he'd alight in the cove, and he'd call her above the sea's pound. She'd come to the moorings, watch a ship turning, and over the waves came the sound. Away, lady, I love thee below. Don't let me be lonely away. Lady, if only you know me too. Away, lady, I love thee below. Don't let me be lonely away. Lady, I love thee, I do. But the wind started whistling, the sea started glistening, and the waves broke over the bow. And the wreckage by morning would wash to the shoreline, though never his body was found. So nothing is left then but a shrill in the night wind, and the ghost of a lover who drowned. When the wind's whistling, she sits up nights listening, and can't get to sleep for the sound. Away, lady, I love thee below. Don't let me be lonely away. Lady, if only you know me too. Away, lady, I love thee below. Don't let me be lonely away. Lady, I love thee, I do. Away. Thank you, friends. One song before we go. I promised my mom I'd sing a gospel song tonight. I skipped the other time. So let's do it. Little gospel song. My mother just turned 92 years old. She taught me to play guitar and bought me my first guitar. And my dad brought a guitar home from the railroad. He bought for $10. And my sister was supposed to learn to play it, and she didn't. But I did. And my mother learned to play it, even though she's a piano player. She learned to play it, and then she taught me. And then she saw I was interested in it. And so she went to Western Auto and bought me another guitar, a better guitar. Western Auto.
That's better.
A better guitar at Western Auto. But it was acoustic electric, and she bought me a matching amp to go with it. And I have the guitar right over here. I should show it to you sometime. But and the matching amp is still in my mother's attic. It's been up there with 100-degree weather for 50 years. We'll see how that works out. Well, 60 years. Anyway, I'll go find it one of these days and see if the old tubes can be replaced or anything, just for fun. But it might be a collector's item by now. Who knows? Western Auto. See, Gibson made Gibson guitars, and then Gibson made Silvertone guitars for Sears and Roebuck. And then Gibson made True Tone guitars for Western Auto. So Silvertone is a Sears and Roebuck Gibson guitar, and my guitar is a True Tone Western Auto Gibson guitar. Anyway, back in the day. Thank you, friends. I've enjoyed it. Tomorrow night I'll be in Columbia, South Carolina, the British Bulldog, doing a songwriter event with our other co-songwriters. That's Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Wednesday night, this Wednesday, I'll be back at Tommy Condon's, 7 o'clock, doing my regular Wednesday night. Thursday, I'll be home hiding. Staying away from playing gigs and letting that finger right there heal up a little bit. Well, I am weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk. Let me walk close to thee. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea, and daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. When my feeble life is old, then time for me will be no more. Guide me gently, safely, oh, to thy kingdom shore, Lord, to thy shore. Just a closer walk with thee, just a closer walk, just a granted Jesus is my plea, and daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. I said just a closer walk with thee. Granted Jesus is my plea, daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Thank you, friends, for being with us on a Monday night. I'm going to take a break. It's going to be a long one. See you next Monday night.